Thank you, Iga, for inviting me to share my and Finnish insights about cybersecurity, or as we call it, digital security. So, some background. I've started with the computers in the early 80s. So, you know, I'm a nerd. I'm a computer geek. I use different kind of gadgets. For example, now I measure myself. I'm a kind of a biohacker. Now I have only 3 sensors with me: one ring, one watch, and another over there. How many of you have some kind of sensors connected to you? Please raise your hands. No? Well, a few. So somebody might ask me, you are a security guy, how you can wear devices like that? Isn't it a risk? Of course it is. But I know how to handle risk. Everything is about risk management. And this presentation is more about that. So, I came here yesterday from Finland. How did I sleep? I slept very well, almost 6 hours. And actually, 6 hours for me is more than usually. I usually sleep about 5 hours, as you can see over there. But it's not the amount of sleep. It's the quality of sleep. And that's what I can measure from my devices. Well, so first, the roles in Finnish administration and governmental organizations. Minister of Finance is responsible for developing our information security in public sector. And then I come from a Population Register Center, where we do the operational work for this information or cybersecurity or digital security, as I will explain a little bit more later. We also produce digital security services for our customers, for the public sector organizations. Minister of Finance, Population Register Center, these are 2 which are very nearby me, because I work over there. But of course, we have other authorities as well, except Minister of Finance, Minister of Transport and Communications, Minister of Defense, we have Security Committee, we have Minister of the Interior, of course, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Finland, Finnish Defense Forces. They are, of course, very deep in cybersecurity, and of course, related to GDPR and also for privacy, Office of the Data Protection Ombudsman. Well, it seems to be that there are quite many authorities. Well, one might say that, but one of the strengths we have in Finland is really good close cooperations and the community. Even if we have so many different organizations over there, we have a really good communications between us. And you will receive my presentation in PDF format, so there are many links. So clicking, for example, these pictures, you can find more information about it in English. When we talk about cybersecurity, we need to talk about also resiliency. And for example, here's a security strategy for society. One part of this is cybersecurity, but there are many other areas covered in this, our excellent document. And it's about preparedness, it's about business continuity, it's about recovery. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we could discuss that, well, if something is going to happen. Nowadays, we have to say when it's going to happen something. We have to be prepared. And there we have an excellent document about that one. And if you like to see that in a 2 minutes, there's a video. Clicking on that, you can see that what is this, our comprehensive security model which we have in Finland. And it covers cybersecurity, but also many other areas as well. We have seen today quite many indexes and surveys, and there's one more. How do we cope with cybersecurity? First, ITU has published quite recently, a few days ago, a new global cybersecurity index. You can download it over there. And there, Finland is in global ranking number 19, and in Europe, number 10. So, quite good. If I remember right, last time, 2 years ago, we were maybe globally 16th or something like that. But it's not only the cybersecurity. we have to protect something. And what do we protect? For example, we all have different e-government services to protect. Cybersecurity is to protect our services. And there's an United Nations e-government index, and there you can find that, well, we are quite good over there as well. The Baltic countries, Scandinavian countries, we are e-government countries. And there we are in number 6. But, well, actually, one of the background why we are that good in Finland, I believe that there's no one here who hasn't ever used a Nokia mobile phone. Actually, who has owned a Nokia mobile phone? Please raise your, oh yes, everybody. Because we are, you know, a technology engineering country. But not only technology, we are also a software country. Do you recognize these beaks? Angry Birds? Probably almost every one of you have also played of those. So these are our basement, how we have quite good e-government services. We have the technology background, we have the software availability. Well, then one more index, and from Estonia, NCSI. We started using this index about a year ago. We sent our first data here for a review, and in the first phase we were probably in number 3 or number 5 a year ago, but now if we go there to look, we are now at number 10. Well, that's still quite good. There are almost 130 different countries. We sent a new data set last week, so hopefully we will get a little bit better when they review our data. And again, why do we do this? What is the purpose of this cybersecurity or digital security? To protect our e-government services. And there's a nice version of this same index where you can see this cybersecurity index, but also digital development index as well. And hopefully they are in combination, because if you have a good digital services, e-government, of course you should have also quite a good cybersecurity as well. But there you can see the difference between these two indexes. Well, those are only numbers. Numbers don't protect us. There has to be something more. And actually, those numbers means that what is your country's capability to produce cybersecurity services? What is your legal or other technical view to cybersecurity? And of course, it's some kind of a view to attitude and also to culture your nation has. You can see it somewhere from the statistics there as well. Then high rankings doesn't mean that there are no cyber attacks, no at all. Actually, the more services in internet you produce, the more probably different kind of attacks you will have, because you have more cyber surface to attack. So you have to keep and remember that more services, more surface, more attacks. But also you have to remember that it's not only the country level. Of course, it's nice to know that, well, we are managing quite good over there. But in Finland, we have started collecting a national level, a national digital survey level. I will show you in a couple of slides how do we manage over there. But basically, who and why do we have problems with cybersecurity? It's us. We are the weakest link. You are the weakest link. Why? We do, of course, have some human errors, and especially in hurry. I don't even want to ask how many of you have sent email to a person who wasn't supposed to receive it, because we all do. Actually, is there anybody here who could say that, no, I have ever done any human error? Is there? Because this is one kind of a Turing test, because someday somebody will raise and he's a robot. So I know that AI is along us with when somebody says that, no, I don't do any human errors. So one more challenge. I can predict that we will have more problems in the 20s because of using more electronic services. So I'm really glad if we can keep this current level, but I'm afraid we can't. Because of the use of new technology, there will be AI, robotics, automation, IoT devices, whatever. I don't know even myself what we are going to have in the next 10 years. So it will increase in the next decade, and the more we digitalize, the bigger the cyber attack surfaces, and that's why there will be more cyber attacks. But it's not only the cyber criminals, it's also the ICT. We all know that computers, they don't work, networks don't work. There are different kind of incidents related to technology. And now when we are bringing new technology in the 20s, there will be more incidents related to this new technology as well. So these are nice services, nice devices. There are risks, but of course there are possibilities. And I'm a very optimistic person, as you can see. Even I'm a cybersecurity guy, I see more possibilities. I see endless amount of possibilities around us. But also we have to recognize the risks and handle those. And that's why, you know, the possibilities, they are where we are at the moment. And hopefully the next decade won't change, you know, this seesaw to another position. So how about the digital security and trust? If I should ask you to remember one word after this presentation, it's trust. Everything is based on trust. And now we are here in these 2 days, we are making a kind of a trust network over here as well. So we have moved from a very manual or analogical world to a highly digitalized world, making this transformation. And it's based on trust. We have to trust each other. Citizens must trust the government. Everybody must have enough trust. So we see that digital security is an enabler for trust. And why do we speak about digital security, not cybersecurity? Because there are different kind of areas of security you have to develop. If we say cybersecurity, we have to explain what do we mean by cybersecurity. And in Finland, we have developed this 5-step model. We need risk management, we need business continuity, preparedness, recovery, when something happens. We need information security, the classical information security. We need cybersecurity, of course, to protect, for example, our critical infrastructure. We need more than these 3 first. And of course, we need more data protection. And well, GDPR has been mentioned many times today. It's excellent because it's not only for data protection, it has helped us also to develop information security and all of these 5 areas as well. So it's been an excellent year. This Saturday, GDPR will well celebrate the first year. An excellent year it has been. Well, how do we do this in Finland? How do we manage? We have asked from the Finnish public organizations about these 5 different areas. How do they do? Well, as you can see, from scale 0 to 1, 1 would be that all the 150 organizations, everything is like, you know, in Shangri-La, now no problems at all. And 0 could be that, well, we haven't done anything actually. So they are making quite good, and there's not that much differences between these 5. Well, cybersecurity and also business continuity are the worst 2, but for example, data protection is going get better all the time. But it's not the cybersecurity what makes me worry. It's more about the ICT. For example, in this our survey, we asked about 20 different areas. What kind of problems you have coped with the last year? and it's mainly ICT-related problems. That's the major problem we have at this time. Of course, we have different kind of information cybersecurity attacks, denial of service attacks, but not that much. So ICT is now the major problem. And how we are going to develop this? We have started a new project where we talk about human-centric digital security. It means that we have to use these 5 different areas when we are working in our workplace, when we are working at home. For example, there's a drone, spying me at our home. We have to do this in a business trip, for example, when I'm here, or we have to do this as well in leisure time, free time. So digital security should be everywhere, all the time with us. Not only when we are working or only when we are at home, it should be everywhere. And that's the way we are now developing this digital security from childhood, parents, youth, working life, aging as well, and taking care of all of these 5 different areas. And, well, final couple of slides from our Finnish cybersecurity strategy. Finland published our first strategy 2013, so about 6 years ago. Also, we have an implementation program, and according to the vision, there are 3 things which are in our vision. And now, at the moment, we are renewing or actually rewriting our cybersecurity strategy. And we are moving into a little different way. So there's international cooperation, one of the 3 main areas. Then management and also competence. The people, the persons, that's one of my, another word would be the people. Trust and people are my 2 main words in these presentations. And this is how we are going to move a little bit from our previous strategy to this way. And then we are going to publish a development program where there will be measures. It won't be a huge development program starting with 20 or 30 different projects. We start measuring and then set up different little measures and projects to help us to develop this cybersecurity. And we use NCSI as a very valuable evaluation tool. For example, now when we evaluated our statistics from last year, we find out that there are some things we have to enhance, and now we have done it, and now we have sent to review our data. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kimmo. So you were talking about this human face of cybersecurity, and we have also one question about it. Do you think that cybersecurity knowledge is it's a skill like driving the car or using Microsoft Office in the year 2020? What are your thoughts? Should everybody have a certain level of cybersecurity knowledge? What do you think?
Yes, of course we should, and actually it should be inside. In GDPR, we talk about everything should be built by design, and also our mind should be built like, cybersecurity awareness should be by default. Everything we do, we should think about more about the risks. Actually, each of you are your own life risk management officers. You did one risk decision when you decided, should I go to Tallinn? Should I participate in this event? It was a risk management decision, and what a great decision it was. Now you are here. Think about those who didn't make that. So everything, our life is based on risks and risk management, that we should keep on thinking about that more.
So it's a permanent training of cybersecurity. Yeah. Well, and there I see probably is another question. Just I try to find it. Just a moment. Oh, this app is somehow... Just a moment. If I
hope I didn't scare you, because I don't see that there should be anybody that scare usually when the cybersecurity persons comes up on stage, well, they are waiting on something scary presentations. But well, as I said, I'm positive. I think this as a positive thing.
Well, but we have another question here. How much emphasis do you place in the cybersecurity strategy on SMEs, this is small and middle enterprises, digital security education? So how do you work it with SMEs when it comes to cybersecurity education, digital education?
Yes. What we learned from our first strategy is that it was too much based on governmental organizations and government do this and that. And now we have opened more our services and more our digital security services and projects to also to SMEs. And we are producing a new digital security learning service. And it will be open to not only the public sector, but also to other organizations and also for small organizations. So we are going to spread this word about digital security everywhere. It's not only anymore the public sector or government. Everybody should know about this more.
That's true. Well, but at the moment, if you have further questions, let's meet in the speakers' corners with Kimmo. Let's thank him for the nice presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.